Welcome back to another episode of the Head Head Podcast. In today's episode, we've got a little bit to talk about before our main topic. We wanted to start off by talking about the Madden 27 cover in Caleb Williams. Seems like it's pretty controversial for all those who play if you're not a Chicago Bears fan. But I'll hold my thoughts until Cole, you voice yours. What did you think about the
Yeah.
Madden
I
cover?
I thought that there was better people for it. I don't know if that makes sense. I think that Miles Garrett breaking the sack record and winning Defensive Player of the Year was a great candidate for it. You have your MVP and Matt Stafford would have been a great candidate. Jackson Smith and Jigba, your Offensive Player of the Year. I mean, there was a lot of different options. I feel like. Um, I just wasn't expecting Caleb Williams. I know
Yeah,
that the Madden cover is like a big thing. Also, the
especially the
Madden
curse.
cover curse.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep.
So we hope that that doesn't happen to Caleb Williams because he seems like he was kind of figuring out the scheme with Ben Johnson and really coming into his own last year. Yeah, I thought there were some better people for it, but I think that it's still cool. Like Chicago was a big storyline last year,
Yeah.
so maybe that's what they're
He
leaning
made some
into.
incredible throws too. Some
hmm
incredible throws.
I I also think that it's kind of sad that like a day after they released the Madden cover, they announced the Bears announced that they were going to be most likely moving to Indiana. So
Yeah, and it's I saw somebody say online if Caleb Williams doesn't get 4K passing yards in the season before they move out of Chicago, Chicago will never have a 4,000
forever
yard
for this.
passing yard season. So that'll be very interesting.
Well,
I think
maybe
he'll do
maybe
it.
the curse is what got them out of Chicago.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, I agree. I feel like Miles Garrett was probably the correct choice. Or, and if not him, Matthew Stafford, especially with all the hype around the Rams coming up. And how they're basically favorites every year, the past 2 years, 3 years. So I agree with that. College
I
football
also
20.
think
Yeah,
that
go ahead.
the the Madden covers that have had more than one player on them have been super like whenever Brady and Mahomes were on there, it was like super hot fire.
That was really
I
cool.
think that they could
That
have
was
done
very
like
cool.
a Miles Garrett and Matt now that they're like MVP defensive players of the year
Yes,
on the
and they're
same
playing
team.
together, dude. That would have been so cool. But this, I guess, this was made
Yeah.
months in advance. But um,
Yeah, probably.
another exciting news: College Football 27 will be on PC, and we will definitely be playing that come college season when the game comes out.
Yes.
So we'll alternate between Madden 27 games in our recordings when it's mainly NFL focused, and or we'll do a little mix and match because they do run at the same time. So we'll mix it up every now and then, probably every other week. But expect
Yep.
that to come from us.
I think
Um,
college starts like 2 weeks before the
yeah,
NFL
two
or
weeks
three.
before,
So
2 or 3.
yeah.
So that'll be exciting. And Kurt Signetti being on the cover, we talked about it a little bit beforehand, was super cool. And Cole
If you
showed
haven't
me the
watched the
trailer.
trailer,
Yeah,
go
yeah.
watch the trailer and listen to the
The
Signetti
trailer was
monologue.
super hype. It was super hype. But in other actual NFL news, Sean Payton was signed to how many years was it, Cole? Was it a 5 year
Extended in
extension?
5 years.
Yeah,
I do not remember the price tag on it, but it was 5 years with that he'll now spend with the Broncos,
yeah,
which is
that's a
crazy. I
long
mean,
time.
they're locking him in for a while.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. Um, and then also in another extension, Patrick Mahomes is getting 2 more years tacked on to his massive contract.
Yep, till
So
2033.
yeah,
So I
he's gonna
believe that
retire cheap.
contract now is gonna total 12 years because it was originally 10,
500
wasn't it?
mil. Yeah,
Yeah, I think
yeah,
it's 64 million a year. That's wild.
that's insane. I mean, he is the best player in the league. And speaking of
Yeah,
the best player
he's
in the league, today's episode is I'm basically yoinking this from Stay Hot, the Stay Hot pod. It's an all NFL redraft. We've randomized the team order 1 through 32, and we are going to redraft the entire talent pool of the NFL. We didn't go as in depth as we have in other drafts or lists that we've done. Cole, I think you said you're doing this off the dome. I made a
yep. I
very
did not make
impromptu
like a
list.
talent list or anything.
I made a very impromptu list. So um, I've got odds, so I'll be starting off, and Cole will be following as evens.
Oh,
He got the Browns, I got the Panthers. Man, this is you got Miles Garrett. Um, so I'm very
Judkins might have
interested to
another 200
see
yards.
your thought process. As I went into it, thinking a little bit about the list, I thought, Obviously, we're redrafting the entire league, and the
Mhm.
team doesn't matter because no one is on a team currently.
Yeah.
So the Broncos are the first pick. Um, and I took into account age. I took into account, obviously, we're drafting them as they are right now. We're not taking rookie
Mhm.
versions of these players. We're taking them as they are right now. And I still don't know if I'm taking a quarterback inside the top 15. Like, I might be crazy for saying that.
What?
Dude, the
Ooh.
talent, like, the quarterback is the team. I mean, we've seen teams pass up on quarterbacks for in favor of a star edge rusher. Obviously, not everyone is Miles Garrett, but
Mhm.
um, those kinds of choices can end up setting your franchise back. And I don't. I mean, I think the quarterback position is easily the most valuable. So with
Oh, I
all
thought
that
you said you
saying,
did not have a quarterback in the
no,
top
no, no,
15.
no, 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 no.
Oh,
If
I
I
was about
did,
to say, holy
if
cow.
I did, I'm sorry. No, number one is Patrick Mahomes. Broncos get Patrick
Okay.
Mahomes, the AFC West division rival. I think that's pretty. I mean, it's either him or two other guys that you'd probably take there.
Yeah.
So the Eagles at
Yeah,
number two.
yeah, Eagles are up at number 2. Which is a randomized list. I think it's got to be Josh Allen at number 2. If
Yeah,
if he's not number 1, and honestly, if anybody's gonna push him down to 2, it's gonna be Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, these guys are, they've been in the NFL, they're seasoned veterans, but there's still nobody better than them
yep,
to start off a franchise with. So,
yep. And I can see the argument for Lamar over Josh, but as it currently stands, I think I give the slight edge to Josh. And maybe I'm paying maybe because I think if you asked me this last year, I think I would say Lamar. Um, but with that being said, he is obviously the number three, and that's the
mhm,
Cardinals taking him. I would 100% take Lamar number three. Now I think is where we'll see a lot of variance, because I feel like the
yeah,
top three guys in any redraft will always be Patrick, Josh, and Lamar, whatever order you have them. Um, where are you going here with who is that? The
I,
Bears.
yeah, I like in the last 30 seconds have thought really hard about this. Um,
Nice, nice.
I was wondering before this started though, where I would want to take Drake May. How early would I take Drake May? And I think I would start that conversation here at 4. I mean, he's so young. We saw what he done as a second year, as a sophomore in the NFL. He almost won the MVP. He's got one of those most beautiful deep shots in the
Yep,
league.
yep.
And I think I might just go ahead and take him here at number 4 to the Bears.
I mean, we are the exact same 1 through 4 here currently. My
Okay.
draft order has been the exact same, so no surprises yet. And I agree. I thought about taking a guy like Joe Burrow here, a guy like
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Williams, a guy like Justin Herbert. Um, and it makes sense that the Bears. I mean, I thought about taking the just because the Bears got the fourth in this spin. I thought about taking Caleb Williams just for that, but I think I agree that Drake May is the correct choice. I mean, should have won, arguably should have won MVP. I think he should have won the MVP. Uh, but yeah, I think that's the correct decision. And at number five, I will take one of those guys I mentioned. I'm taking Justin Herbert to the 49ers. He's staying in
Ooh.
LA, or he's staying in California at least. Um, so I'm taking Justin Herbert. I think that arm talent alone is just worth it,
Mm-hmm.
no matter who you are. He's the what if quarterback. I'm sorry for you, Cole. He is the what if quarterback, but I can't deny his talent. He's ridiculous. And if he had a team, I said the word. If he had a real offensive line and a team that wanted to
A
win
healthy
football
offensive
games,
line.
yeah, yeah. So I think he would go number five for me. I don't know if that's higher than what you had, but
I thought about him at 4. Like you said, I really I, I just think that Drake May was the right answer. He's got a lot more youth on him.
yeah.
Um, and just as accurate as Justin Herbert, I would say close to.
Hmm.
Um, but we can move on to the Seahawks. This is your team,
Yes.
and we're obviously still in quarterback here. Who do you want to start your franchise with? I think that Caleb Williams is a good answer here. I'm not the biggest Caleb Williams fan personally, but I it's hard to deny what he's been able to accomplish
Yeah.
this last year and what he was able to do. It does remind me, and this is not sacrilegious. It reminds me of Patrick Mahomes, how he just can
I
put
agree.
a
I agree.
mediocre team on his back, and he just
I
it
agree.
doesn't always look pretty, but it does always look kind of magical.
Hmm.
Um, so I think that he's a guy that a team would take a shot on early in this draft.
I agree. I like that pick a lot. It was either there's two other guys here, and I had him ranked a little bit lower, just slightly. So I think that's probably. And if you told me you took him where Drake May went, top four, I would agree with that too, just off of the arm talent alone. Um, but yeah, I like that pick, and I like that the Seahawks got him. I would love to see him in Seahawks teal and turquoise one day, but that won't happen. Um, but at number six, we're at six now. Or no, seven. Sorry, we're at seven. This is the Ravens. I have Joe Burrow. I'm gonna take Joe
Okay.
Burrow. Um,
Dang, go to the division
Going
rival.
to the division rival. I've got two division rival swaps here in Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes. So, I mean, um, Joe Burrow, I think, has if he wasn't so injury prone, or at least if his injury luck wasn't so bad, I feel like he would be viewed as uh, a top. I mean, arguably a top three guy. Like he's always been in that
Hmm.
conversation. He's just never had a healthy enough stint to keep him there. He just always seems to get injured. But then they go on this crazy like latter half of the season run, and they're like, "Oh, will they make the playoffs?" And it's like, "No, not this year." But um, when when
Not
he
this
can
year.
when he can stay healthy for a full year, I think is when he is at his best, obviously. So I just pray if I'm a Joe Burrow fan that he can stay healthy every year. Hard to do that with that offensive line, but that's who I'm thinking as seven to the Ravens.
Okay. I like it. The Ravens done. We're moving on to the Chiefs. Um, I'm looking at a couple of quarterbacks here in a group of kind of like the next three up, and I think I'm gonna go with Bo Nix. This
Oh,
is another one of
Nix!
those
Wow.
division rival swaps. I think the question of the ankle injury obviously looms here, but we're talking about a franchise, not immediate for this year.
Yeah,
I think that Bo Nix kind of showed that he can do it. He's got a little bit of that Caleb Williams sporadic in him, where he can just kind of launch a ball a little off target every once in a while. But I think that he's got enough arm talent to make a case to be taken this early in the draft. I think that right here
wow.
around this area, we've moved into a realm of like not everything is as certain as some of those early spots, and I think that um, these next 10-ish picks are going to be up to a lot of interpretation. I think that Bo Nix has just shown that he can do it. He led one of the best offenses in the NFL last year, as well as should have been playing in the Super Bowl. Some would say so.
I think he should have. Maybe if not for that injury, I did have him a little bit lower, like probably like five spots lower or so, maybe a little bit lower than that. But I agree. I think that he has shown flashes early in his career. Um, this is probably on the higher end for me, but I don't hate it being this high. So
That was a
I
tutty.
that would have been a touchdown right over the middle. That would have
Yep.
been gone. Um, but I like that pick a lot. That was number eight, right? Because you're evens.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That was the Chiefs.
Okay. So a guy I had over Bo Nix, who I would take at the commies, I think is fitting. I'd go Jaden Daniels here. Um,
Okay.
I
Yeah, that was another guy that I thought at that spot,
if he could just learn how to slide, if he can just learn how
and
to,
not have freak injuries.
yeah, like obviously injury luck is one thing, but if he can just control his rushing ability, learn from a guy like Lamar, I mean even Mahomes or Josh Allen, take a page out of their book and how they like use their body after they get out of the scramble, out of the pocket, or even on design runs like Lamar, how he's able to use his momentum to either carry him out of bounds safely or uh, just slide. Please just slide. He really just keeps trying to fight for the extra yard, which is great, and I like that. But I also like my franchise quarterback to
I
be
would
alive
assume that
and
he's
breathing.
learned from this last year. I would
I
I would
mean,
hope.
I would hope too. I would really hope, but old habits die hard, and he's been playing like this for a long time. He was in college for a long time, so I hope he can break those habits. But I would
Mhm.
still, or I would still take him here, and I like that he ends up back on the commies. So that's why I'm taking at 9.
Yeah. Coming at number 10, we have the New England Patriots on the clock, and their beloved Drake May is gone. So I
Yep.
think I'm going to go with Trevor Lawrence here.
Yeah, I agree.
Um,
I agree.
I think that he's the next guy up. He does have a little bit more time in the league, a little bit more experience, but we've seen him kind of take off with Liam Cohen. He got into that second half of the year, and it really looked like the system and him just worked well together. We even saw him rushing a little bit more than he
Yes,
has in
yes.
his NFL
Which
career,
what he
which was
used to
nice
do
to
in
see.
college.
Yeah,
He used to
he
do that a
used
lot.
to have just some magical, crazy rushes. Like he wasn't a prolific rusher or
No,
anything, and he didn't rush with a lot of volume. But whenever he rushed,
very
it
efficient.
was always very opportunistic and very
Yep.
efficient.
Yep.
So I think I'm gonna draft him here to the Patriots. They
I
get their
like that.
starting
I
quarterback.
like that a lot. I think Trevor is a guy I'd probably have a lot of stock in coming into next season, especially one more year under Liam Cohen. But also, if you know me, I've been preaching the Trevor Lawrence train for a while, so I'm kind of just it's kind of hopium at this point to say eventually he will be,
Never
this
wrong, just
number
early.
exactly right. Yeah, just having to be 5 years early. Uh, but yeah, I would be very excited if I'm a Trevor Lawrence fan coming up next season. I feel like the Jags have something special brewing, at least on that offense. So yeah, I like that a lot. At number 11, I think there's a couple of younger guys I can take here, but a guy that's just so consistent when he's healthy as a quarterback, who just always ends up having great numbers at the end of the year. I'm going Dak Prescott here to the Bucks, right? Yeah, the Bucks. Um, I just think Dak Prescott, when he is healthy and when he can stay, like we've seen it this past season, when he has weapons and he has to score every drive, he can do that. Um, and he led one of the best offenses last year, and he always does that whenever he's healthy. So I'm taking Dak. I don't know if you think
Okay.
that's a little too high over some of the younger guys that are
I,
still on the
you know,
board.
I don't disagree at all with the talent, but I do wonder just with this being like the startup of your team, how many
Yeah,
more years would you get out of Dak?
that's true.
Um, I guess to really know if this pick worked out, you'd have to see like, a couple more rounds of the draft and know what they've done with the rest of their picks. But if they draft a veteran team and they look like they're gonna win, I think this would be a great pick.
Yeah, that's fair.
With the
Who's
Giants
next?
coming up,
Yeah.
yeah, the Giants coming up. I This is a guy that I was not very high on really at all until I would say this last season watching him. Kind of turned me on to him a little bit. He dealt with some injuries. They're a very run heavy team, so we haven't seen him do a whole lot as far as his passing game. But I like Jordan Love here.
Oh, that's what I had here
Going
too.
more on
I
the
didn't
youthful side.
I didn't know
Okay.
if you'd have him here. That's okay. That's
Yeah.
I
I
like that.
like I do feel like I am leaning towards the youthful side with a lot of my picks.
Which
I
is
think
what
that
I
Jordan
agree
Love,
with. Yeah.
yeah, I do think that Jordan Love is a great pick here for the Giants.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I thought that he would be a lot lower for you, so I'm surprised that I'm happy that we're in sync there because I also had him at 12. So that being said, I don't know which of the three younger guys I'm taking here, but going to the Steelers, I think I'm gonna go Cam Ward. I think I'm gonna go Cam Ward over
That
the
was
other
my
two.
next. That was who I wanted next too.
I was thinking about taking him where I took Dak, but we haven't seen enough from him in a stable offense. Like he made some, if they had been catches, some of the craziest throws I think in the regular season last year. He just unfortunately has no supporting cast, and he really was legitimately doing it all last year. If you watch Titans games, the 5 fans that they have out there, he uh he made some plays that if they had been catches would have been top 10 ESPN every week. So I still
He also
believe in
just
that.
had some like one of the most random highlights ever. I think it was the Falcons. He shoved what's his name, just like grown manned him in the
Yes,
he
yes,
ended up throwing out of bounds like a useless
yes.
highlight, but
The fact that he got
he's
away
got the
from that.
tools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like him here at 13 to the Steelers.
Yep. So we move into who comes up next? It's the Falcons. Okay. No way he caught that.
How did he? I thought I gave up.
That was a good punch too.
I gave up on that,
Um,
dude. I thought he punched it.
yeah, the Falcons. I think with the Falcons here, we're going to the Dirty Birds from another team of birds with Jalen Hurts.
Ooh, okay, okay.
I like Jalen Hurts here. I think that Jalen Hurts is one of the better game managing quarterbacks in the NFL. He's never had, that prolific passing game,
Mm-mm.
but he does have a very efficient passing attack. He commands the field really well. I feel like if you had asked before this year, most people would say he's a great leader for your team.
Yeah,
And then all that locker room drama just happened this year. Maybe that kind of throws a wrench in things. But I do feel like in past years, like Jalen Hurts has been one of those guys that his teammates talk very highly of, someone that you'd want to lead your franchise.
not to
Um,
mention one of the
someone,
greatest playoff risers. Like
yes,
when there's something on
absolutely.
the line, he balls out. So yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
I like him
What
to the
else did you have to
Falcons.
say? Sorry, I cut you
No,
off.
that was it. Just
Okay,
that, like when the lights are on, he's on.
yeah, I agree. Um, and going to their divisional rival in the Saints, I might just I don't want to do it again. I think I'm gonna take Jackson Dart over Shuck. I think I'm gonna go Dart over Shuck
Oh
here.
no.
I know that Shuck is currently a Saint.
I wouldn't even have Jackson Dart for. I might take a couple of non-quarterbacks over Jackson Dart.
Ah, man, see that's the thing. Like he's only had 1 year, so like and when he was playing,
Hmm.
he was solid. He was solid. He was a rookie who had really
Hmm.
good rushing upside. So I'm kind of just banking on that, hopefully developing if I'm the Saints.
Hmm.
I also agree, just talent wise and based off of last year, I would probably take like a Miles Garrett, a Jamar, a Panay. But
I'm just so scared of the concussions.
yeah, me too, me too. But that's the thing. We only have 1 year of that happening. If I can get,
Hmm.
10 years where he only has like one concussion, yeah, I'm happy. But
If you were to get him and he had a healthy career, then you would be getting probably one of the top end quarterbacks.
yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm banking on. If maybe if we do like a 2.0 this next year after the draft next year with that generational class, then
Oh,
maybe I change my tune. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna stick with him here over Shuck, even with all those concerns, because it reminds me of Josh Allen, fearless. So that's who I would go
he
with. I go
doesn't
Dart
have the
here.
mass that Josh
Does
Allen
not
has.
have the
If he was as big
mass.
as if he was as big as Josh Allen, that'd be
Then
great.
yeah, yeah, but he's just a little bit smaller.
Oh,
He almost took that to the house.
that good. Um, well, you just talked about him. I'm gonna go ahead and take my guy here. Then Tyler Shook. I've been
Yeah,
high on him all off season. I think that he'll, if he was 2 years younger, that he wouldn't get the rap that he does.
to the
Everybody just
Packers.
talks about how old he is, and nobody really talks about how he plays. He plays
Yeah,
great. He was one of the few quarterbacks that was, extremely efficient at all three levels of the field, short, intermediate, and deep balls. Um, has a great connection with his wide receiver. Just really showed this year that he is a capable quarterback in the NFL. And so I think that he's a guy that a team would look at and want to start a franchise here in this kind of like middle of the pack area. And so the Packers are going to go with Tyler Shuck.
I like that a lot. I feel like he probably is the smarter choice out of the two between him and Dart. And I know you personally are very heavily invested into Shuck's future, especially coming up this
It's,
season. Um, I don't know if we talked about it. How many cards do you have of Tyler Shuck in real
I
life,
think
and
I have upwards of 50-ish. I
that's
have
crazy.
two
I've seen it. It's a lot.
cases of Shuck. Yeah.
It's quite a lot of Shuck. But if he turns out to live up to that hype, you're sitting on a pretty penny
Yeah.
there. So
I think I'm gonna try and sell a lot of the higher end stuff before the season and
yeah,
hold a lot of like the middle to low end stuff during the season. But yeah, I have definitely bought into the Tyler Shook train.
that is
Literally bought into the Tyler Shook train.
I was about to say you quite literally have. So is that intentional grounding? I'll take it.
Dang it.
Um, Now here's where we could see some deviation.
Hmm.
I think we're out. For me, I think we're out of quarterback range just for a little bit. We'll get some later round quarterback sprinkled in here. Um, but what number we were at? 17 now. We're at 17. Go get that. No way he caught that ball.
What?
No way he caught that
Isaiah
ball.
Bond is making crazy catches.
So we're 17 to the Chargers. and I think you have to go Miles Garrett. I know he's 30.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care that he's 30. If I can get 5 more years where he's playing at an elite level, high level play, I'm taking that every day of the week. I'm taking Miles Garrett, reigning Defensive Player of the Year, holder of the most sacks in the season. Uh, and I don't know what other non-quarterback you would take over
Mhm.
Miles Garrett right now. Maybe that answer changes next year because of just another year of age, but I
Yeah.
I think he's by far and wide the best non-quarterback in the NFL. I don't think that anyone holds a candle to him.
I well, that's interesting because other than Miles Garrett, if I didn't end up picking him, my first non-quarterback off that board, I think, is going to be a lot different from what you would pick. I'm going to go with Will Anderson Jr. here.
Okay,
I like
okay,
the youth.
yeah,
I like the up and coming guy. He's a freak of an animal. Also, this premium position. If you're not going to get Miles Garrett, I mean, then who else would you really want?
and he
Maybe you
is
can
a
think of a guy
stud.
or two that is more talented, but are they as young as he is? Are you going to
No,
get, as many years out of them as you would get out of Will Anderson? So I
yeah,
like Will
he's a
Anderson
beast.
Jr. here.
He is
And
a
my pick
beast.
is the Panthers. I don't
The
think I mentioned that, but
Panthers.
this is the Panthers pick.
Yeah, this is the Panthers. I mean, Will Anderson is going to be. He has the potential to break any of the records that uh, Miles Garrett has accrued. Obviously, he's got to have the longevity and he's got to have the peak. But I mean, he is probably the guy most worth the pick that they took him at number 2. He could have arguably gone number 1 in that draft class. I
Hmm.
mean, I think if Bryce didn't have like such a good college season, that final college season, I think there was an argument there for him going number 1 over both him and Stroud. Um, so I agree with that. I feel like
I think if you redrafted today, just that class, that Will Anderson Jr. would go
I think he
first.
would too. I think 100% he would go over both of them. I still think Bryce would go number 2 though. I don't know how you feel about that.
I
Do you
would
think
I would go Stroud two and Bryce
you would still
three.
go Stroud? I think I think
I
I would go.
definitely would still go Stroud. I
Like
just think
taking into the context of like, are we talking about how they are right now, or are we talking about like how they are coming out of college?
I I think both of those coming out of college or right now, I'd still take Stroud.
Really, really, I think I would go
Hmm.
Bryce coming out of college. I think I'd do Bryce. I think I would.
Even I guess there no way for you to know what kind of rookie season Stroud would have
Yeah,
beforehand, but
yeah. That's why I was saying like, do you count that? Oh,
yeah,
he's dead.
yeah,
Speaking of Bryce Young, um,
yeah. I just and I think that maybe controversial. I might spoiler the Texans pick number 32
yeah.
in this draft, and I don't think that that is far off. We'll get there, but um,
Where
I
you would
just
take a Stroud, where you take a
yeah,
Bryce Young.
I think that I would take a Stroud there.
I think I'm taking them both a little bit earlier than that.
Oh, really?
I think so. Just slightly earlier. I don't think like they're
Okay.
definitely later half,
Well,
but
I thought that taking him at 32 would have been high for you. So that's actually
no,
surprising me.
I would take both Stroud and Bryce a little bit earlier than 32. I
Okay.
think just because like younger guys who have
Hmm.
had playoff success. So like I would 100%. Oh, he's dead. Yeah, he's
Oh,
dead, man.
Miles Garrett.
And I am on the Lions. This is the Lions
Yes,
here,
sir.
and I
Yep.
thought about going a different route. I'm looking at my list right now. Initially, I have a guy over him, but I'm trying to think of positional value and what helps the team the most. And star wide receivers very much help the team. Let me just say that off
Yep.
rip. Um, but I am going to go a tackle. I'm actually going to go with the Lions guy in Panay Sewell, who I believe is the best offensive lineman
Ooh.
in the league currently. I think he is the best offensive lineman. I think he can genuinely do everything that you ask him to. I think he can play all 5 positions on either side. I think he can line up out wide, which he has, and catch the ball. I think he can run the ball. I think he could throw the ball if he wanted to. I genuinely think he is probably the most.
That was an
I'll
awful
take that.
pass. Thank you, Shadur.
I'll take that. Thank
That
you,
should have been going
Shadur.
out of bounds.
But yeah, I think I toyed around with going one of the star wide receivers here, and I have both of them higher on my list, but I'm trying to think more long term and contractually and positional value, and I
Hmm.
think I would prefer a lineman here over one of those guys, and especially a lineman of his caliber in Panay. So I'm
Yeah.
going Panay. He stays in Detroit with the Lions.
Okay. I think I'm gonna double down on O-line with you. Up next, we have the
Yep.
Jets, but I think I'm gonna go with maybe the second or third best offensive lineman in the NFL with Joe Alt.
Oh,
Um,
that's not who I thought you were gonna say.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm interested to see where. I think the other one. I think I know who you're
Yeah.
thinking of, and
Yeah.
he might come soon. Um, but yeah, I just the splits with and without Joe Alt on the field for the quarterback position and running back position speak for themselves. I wish that I had pulled them up before we started so I could talk about them with this pick. But the Chargers basically don't function without Joe Alt.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
offensive tackle that can make that big of an impact on your backfield as far as like how your quarterback and running back function, I mean, that's invaluable after, you got your quarterback locked in. So,
If he can just stay healthy, man, him and Rashawn could be the
yep,
best tackle duo in the league if they can just stay healthy.
yep.
Um, and that was to the Jets. So with the 21st pick, I believe, 21st or 19th, 19th. I don't know. I don't know
Mhm.
where we're at.
We're
This is
somewhere
the
around there.
Titans. This is the Titans, and I take a delay game because of that confusion. This is the Titans, and I'm going to take, I think, the second best tackle in the league. I'm going to go Tristan Wirfs
Okay.
out of the Bucks.
That yeah, that was the guy that
I
I
think
would have.
yeah, I think those are the big three, but I think Wirfs and Panay are just a little bit higher in a different tier than the Joe
They
Alt.
had that Samoan bump.
Yeah, man, they get a buff just from being Samoan, Pacific Islander, whatever. So I'm taking Wirfs. I think you can make the argument once again for a wide receiver over these guys, but if I'm a GM, I'm taking the star tackle over the star wide receiver and building around that. So who do you
So he
have?
just bounced off a tech.
I'll
Okay.
take it. I'll take it.
Um,
You have
the
the
Dolphins
Dolphins.
are coming up next, and I think I'm gonna break the ice on the wide receivers. I'm gonna go with Jamar Chase, obviously the
Yeah,
most
yeah,
reliable, if not the best wide receiver in the NFL.
yeah. I agree.
There's a conversation with a couple of guys, but I just don't think that you can reliably take any wide receiver over Jamar Chase, and just what he's accomplished already in the NFL and what he'll be able to accomplish in his career. I'm gonna take Jamar Chase to the Titans here,
Yeah,
or
I
to the
agree.
Dolphins. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's him or Jefferson, or maybe you go DB here. Maybe like a Kyle Hamilton. Maybe like a Pat Surtain.
Ooh, Kyle.
Um, I could even. I mean, if you still like believe in Bryce Young or Stroud, I could see the argument here, but I think it's still a little too early. Um, and that being said, it is who do I have next? You went Dolphins, so I'm at Rams. Um, and I think I'm going to go with. There's still a lot of offensive heat still on the table. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we've only taken one wide receiver, and I think I will follow. I think I will. He's still old though. I'm gonna go Pat Surtain. I'm gonna go Pat Surtain.
Okay.
Um, best DB in the league. I think. I don't think that's an argument. Uh, uh, Defensive Player of the Year. As a DB, that's incredibly hard to do on one of the best defenses in the league. So I'm gonna go Pat Surtain. I thought about Jettas, and I think maybe a year ago I would go Jettas. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I don't know. This is that's tough. It's between those
There's a,
two, and I think I would go him. I think I'll go Pat.
yeah. I mean, if you're gonna leave him to me, I will go with him with Justin Jefferson to the Raiders. Um, just the next big guy after Jamar Chase. Um, I almost went with Puka, and I just don't know. I think I'd rather have Jamar Chase than
I
Puka.
agree. A hundred
Um,
percent. I agree.
we are taking them like we said as they are right now, and with some of the off-field issues with Puka, I think that you don't have to deal with that with Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson is
Yeah.
running training camps for middle schoolers,
Yeah.
and he's just like the outstanding citizen type guy. I think I'm gonna go with Justin Jefferson here.
Yeah. I agree. And now this might be a little bit early. Maybe you don't even have this guy on your list. Um, Man, I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna go. This is the Vikings. I'm gonna take Mendoza. I'm gonna take Mendoza.
I
Uh,
do have him. I was
I'm gonna take
trying to
Mendoza.
find the right range.
I think I'm gonna take him now. I think this is maybe still a little early. But
I
I'm taking Mendoza.
I don't disagree with this pick at all. I think this is a great spot for Mendoza. I
Yeah.
almost picked Mendoza 3 or 4 picks ago. He dropped it. Come on,
No, come on,
Njoku.
that's your Chargers tight end.
Yeah, I almost picked Mendoza right around that end where Jalen Hurts was,
Yeah,
so much earlier than this, but
yeah,
he did fall a little bit here, and you know, we've never seen him play football, so it's understandable, but also we've never seen him play football in the NFL, I guess I
yeah,
should say. We
yeah,
have seen him
yeah.
play
I've
football.
definitely seen him play
Uh,
football.
we haven't seen him play in the NFL, but I don't think that there's going to be any issues. I think he's going to be a great quarterback in the NFL, so I think that's a good pick.
I could definitely see this being a little early, and I could see like an argument for Bryce or Stroud over him. Um, but yeah, just the unproven talent, the Heisman
I don't see an
season.
argument for either of those guys
That's
over
that's
Mendoza.
fair. That's fair. I mean, because he has
Unless you
nothing
just
to
want to
go
say that they've
against.
already played in the NFL, that's the
That's
only
I
thing that
think
you can
that's the angle I
possibly
would
say.
take if I were to argue it. I think that is the angle I would take. Is like these guys have both played in the playoffs, battle tested. They have the experience. I think that's the only thing I would say for them currently because I think if you were to redraft them, I think that I think I would take Mendoza over both of them. So
Hmm.
yeah, I would go Mendoza here, and that was the Vikings.
All right, let's see. We're moving on to the Colts. I'm going to make another interesting pick here. I'm going to go back to the quarterback position as well. I'm going to go with Brock Purdy. He
Wow,
played hurt, or he was hurt for most of this year and didn't play a lot, but we've seen
taking
him
it.
come in his first year, take the 49ers to the playoffs. We've seen lots of quarterbacks be successful in that system, but I just think whenever he comes in and he takes you to the playoffs as many years as he has, he's another one of these guys that I would take for sure over Stroud and Young. Um, we just talked about how Stroud and Young have those playoff opportunities and have been through those battles. Brock Purdy has lost a Super Bowl. Unfortunate for him, very fortunate for the Seahawks.
Yes, it's pretty great, honestly.
But I just think that, you know, you get Super Bowl experience, you get playoff experience. And he has had to work in some situations this last year and in past years where a lot of his offensive weapons are hurt and he still makes it work. So I think I'm gonna go with Brock Purdy here.
Yeah, there's two quarterbacks on my on the drafting report that may be a shock that you don't that I don't have them on here. There's two that I just don't have on my list at all, and unsurprisingly, Brock Purdy is one of those guys. I'm not
I
touching
figure that
Brock
it might
Purdy.
be that way.
Um, I just once again I think the exact reason that you said the system. And we haven't seen him not in that system that can produce with you at quarterback. So I mean, and that's no slight to you. I think that's just more to the genius of Kyle Shanahan. So I don't know if I can trust a seventh round guy. I mean, literally the last pick in the draft to be able to perform when Shanahan isn't the guy. I think only Shanahan could get that out of him at least like to how productive he has been. I'm not saying he's an elite level quarterback because he's definitely not 41-6. If I need to remind you, but I just I don't there's no part of me that would take him if Kyle Shanahan isn't my head coach. And I think only Shanahan could get that. Maybe McVay could get that out of him. Maybe Kevin O'Connell, but I think Shanahan is the quarterback whisperer. I think he can get the most out of him, and I think that's the only reason. I'm not obviously not all of his success is on him, but I think the reason he has been able to develop his game into a point where he can succeed is because of Shanahan. Because obviously, I'm not
I
discrediting
think
the
his
player.
ability to go
He's
out of structure kind of doesn't say like it doesn't prove that it's not all Shanahan, but he does do a lot of out of structure things that are
100%,
not like
100%.
systematically
And he's had to play a
happening. And
lot. He had to play a lot out of structure this past season. So I mean, that's
yeah,
credit to him.
I like
He had to do a lot.
all the other guys that we have, like all the other people that are able to play out of structure are a lot higher than him on this list. Obviously, we have Caleb Williams and Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, some of the best at it. Um, I I don't think that Brock Purdy has that, but he does have the ability to when it breaks down, he can figure it out and he can scramble. He's a little bit faster than people think as well.
100%.
Um,
He's shifty. He is shifty. But I still like, and obviously I'm not discrediting the player, like I said, but I just feel like if if I'm starting a franchise and the draft prospects evaluation is a seventh rounder, let alone the last pick, and he has succeeded, and we're taking him as he is now, but Kyle Shanahan isn't the guy. Like I guess it would depend on my coordinator if I think I could get something out of him.
Well, what do you think about like with the Sam Darnold thing? Like Sam Darnold's no longer with Shanahan, but he said in his interviews that he credits Shanahan like with a
He
lot of
Yeah,
what
this is
he
true.
developed, and he was only there for a year.
Yeah,
You think that Purdy could take some of that with him if he
yeah, I
goes
think he
somewhere new?
could.
Like he's been
I
with
think
Shanahan
that's a
for a
great
while.
point. I think that is a great point because he was with Shanahan for a year. He was also with Connell for a year. Who has also been able to get the most out of nothing. I mean, he got Sam Darnold 14 wins with the Vikings, and Kubiak obviously I think is a great offensive mind too. Sam Darnold has
Yes,
been blessed these past three stops, so
he has.
we'll definitely see how he is this upcoming year with none of that. I guess he's still getting a branch of the Shanahan offense. Our offensive coordinator is the tight end coach from San Fran, so maybe some of that genius seeped into the tight end head coach, and he gets a little bit of Shanahan esque in the system. We'll see, but I think that's a great point. I think that because he has been with San Fran, maybe I should have him at least higher. I think I have, if we are going to go 2 rounds, which I mean, we're only in the third and we're almost done with the first round, we might as well do a second round, um, at least part of the second round. But oh, I was using JC, so that'll be a touchdown. But I think if we are going to do a second round, I think I would have him like right around the top of that. So it's not like he's not on my list at all. I just think
Mhm.
from a talent perspective, especially with like who you're passing up on here, taking Brock Purdy, like I mean, I think you're passing up on
I
JSN. You're
just
passing
missed.
up.
I just missed.
That's hey, I'll
Not
take
a
it. I'll
video,
take it.
unless we miss one.
That's right. That's right. I mean, I'm just looking at the rest of the names on this list who you're passing up on for Brock Purdy, and I think I would take them over Brock. And maybe that again, that's my Seahawk bias, but like you pick for the Colts here for Purdy.
Hmm.
I'll
Yep,
go
that was
in
the
and
Colts.
segue. I'll segue here. Oh, I'm spinning. I did a U. Hurdle incoming. Oh
Oh,
no. I see.
he
I
has
I
no
think I
kneecaps.
would take. I think I would take Kyle Hamilton. And I'm going to here as the
I like that.
Cowboys.
I like
I'm
that
going
a
to take
lot.
Kyle Hamilton here. I think I would take him over Brock. I think like the next 10 people. I think I would take over Brock Purdy. I don't know how you feel about Kyle Hamilton. I think he's the only safety on
I
this
I think
list.
that I I have one more.
Oh, you have one more. Is that my fella? Oh my goodness, I dove into out of bounds.
It it is not your fella,
Okay,
but
another
he
safety.
definitely is around that. Like I would say, he's close. He is close.
Okay, okay. But yeah, I still think. I mean, I'd take Kyle. I would take a couple of these receivers, a couple of these running backs, a couple of these cornerbacks. I would take a tight end over him. I think
Oh no, I wouldn't do that.
maybe not.
Not to
Maybe
start your
maybe
franchise.
yeah, maybe that's a little bit
Just a
irrational.
positional value, I
Maybe that's a
think.
little irrational. That's the Seahawks coming out there. Um,
um, who do
we're
I
on the
have
Bengals
next? I've
now.
lost my spot.
The Bengals.
Oh, the Bengals. That was my guy. I'm pretty sure. Let's
Hurdle.
go. I
Ah,
knew it was
dang it,
coming.
dang
I
it.
knew it was coming.
I didn't get
Um,
you.
okay. I think this is where I'm gonna go with Puka Nakua.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, extremely efficient, extremely great at the catch point. I mean, if it wasn't JS in here, then it was gonna be Puka.
yeah. I think
Um,
either way, it's gonna be one of the two, and they're gonna be right next to each
yeah.
other.
These wide receivers are guys that you want. Like, if you're not gonna pick a quarterback in the first round, like if you're unfortunate enough to be this late and you're not gonna get one of those elite guys, at least get a guy that you can have a young quarterback confidently throw to, and that's gonna be Puka.
Yeah, and I've seen, obviously from a lot of Seahawks fans and a lot of Rams haters, like, um, he's a matchup hunter, he's a linebacker hunter, and I don't think that's really a fault on him. More of it is a genius of McVay's
That's how I'm about to
offense.
say. That's how the offense
And I
works.
feel like that whenever you ask somebody, is Puka Nakua a matchup hunter? I feel like that's how you spot a casual or not. Here comes a hurdle. Oh my goodness!
Dude,
No,
that was like a
Hubbard!
legit hurdle too.
Come
Like
on, Hubbard! Oh
holy,
no, that was a
that
legit
was a
hurdle.
legit hurdle.
Dang it, Hubbard. Man, that should have been the. Oh man. what was I saying, bro? Dadgummit.
Care about matchup hunters.
Yeah, I think that's how you
Puka Nakua.
separate. I think that's how you separate a casual NFL watcher. I don't think there's anything wrong with being a casual NFL watcher, but uh, the people who pretend to know a lot, I think that's more so what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
you can spot a fake uh, ball knower, I guess is a better way to say it, if you ask somebody about matchup hunting in the NFL, because that's the whole point of an offense. Is if you're a wide receiver, if you want,
Mismatches is what everybody's looking for.
yes, I mean
If you
especially if
discredit
you
someone for that, then you're discrediting them for trying to win.
exactly, and you're discrediting the whole offensive like coordinating scheme and all the
The
people who
the
go
best
into
one of the best head coaches in the NFL.
yeah. So it's like I don't I'll never agree with that, and I think that him being able to produce because Puka has been able to produce against cornerbacks too. I mean, he had an insane catch against the Panthers, which was on the boundary on a DB, with that one hand like falling, twisting, contorting his body. I think should have been catch of the year. So I mean, yeah, I don't agree with the matchup hunting thing. So I think that's I think even though JSN was offensive player and he is one of my favorite players in the league on my favorite team, yada yada, I still think I would have Puka above JSN. Because he's just a
I
freak.
think that
He's a freak
what
athlete.
separates I was about to say I think that Puka separates himself just a tad from JSN in size and
Yeah,
like his
yeah,
ability to be
he's
physical.
bigger. Yeah. And speaking of that, I
We
think
are
I will
on
take.
to
Yeah, I will take JSN here with the Browns. I will
okay.
take him. I think they're
Yeah,
one A,
I
one
thought
B,
he might be
right
close.
next to each other. So yeah, and I yapped all about him there.
Coming
So
coming up with the I believe we're at the Jags.
yep,
I think I'm gonna stick on the wide receiver train. I think I'm gonna go with CeeDee Lamb here.
yeah, I like that.
I think he's the next wide receiver up on this list.
Excuse me.
Um, he's another one of those guys, like you were saying with Puka, just that contortionist catch that he had. CeeDee Lamb, in my opinion, has the best body control in the NFL. I mean, I've just seen him do some
Yeah,
things in the corner of the end zone, on the boundary. I mean, even before he made it to the NFL, he was making those just absurd. Literally, he looks like a contortionist the way he moves his
yeah,
body, and
yeah.
that's
He's a
extremely valuable in the NFL, especially if your quarterback can throw the ball to a target, to a spot. Um, Having a wide receiver like CeeDee Lamb that can catch that ball and can get his body in the right way. What's really, I think, even separates him a little bit more is not only can he contort his body to be able to catch the ball, he contorts his body and sets it up in a way that when he catches it, he can still make a move and go. Like
yeah.
a lot of these players, they contort and they get to where they need to be to catch it and they fall. And that's okay. You're making a
Mm,
spectacular catch. But CeeDee Lamb, I believe that he has the ability to take it a step further. And you see him land on his feet and still be able to continue to run after some of these amazing catches.
yeah, I agree. I feel like, well, I guess I'll follow up that and ask you, how do you feel about people who say that George Pickens is the number one guy there, that he's a better receiver than C.D. Lamb? I
I
feel like that's a pretty tough question right now. I think I still lean
That is
C.D.
an extremely tough question. I lean CD, and I believe personally that you can make an argument for either way.
I agree too.
Um,
I think that's yeah.
CD Lamb, I think, is a better wide receiver than George Pickens, and I
Hmm.
think that George Pickens is a better football player than CD Lamb. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Ooh, yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
George Pickens has a bigger bag,
Yep.
but CD Lamb is much better at what he does than George Pickens.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. And I think like just pure like reliability. I think CD has that for you too. Sure
Mm.
hands.
George Pickens
Um,
might pull an Antonio Brown and run off the field on you one day. You never
dude,
know.
yeah, he is like diva wide receiver. That is him. He is the diva wide receiver. Uh, but when he is on the field, he is electric. If he can just stay on
hmm
the field and has a quarterback
If
that can get him the
and
ball.
care about the play. If he
Yeah,
cares about the play.
yeah. And it seems like him and CD are pretty good friends. So it's like if they can
Yeah.
secure him long term, they've got the best wide receiver duo in the league. I think. I
I
think.
I'm gonna. This is part two of me being wrong about AJ Brown to the Raiders. I think that George Pickens ends up with the Raiders next year.
Oh, so you're just hoping that somebody,
I
one of these
I just
guys
hope
is
he goes
going.
somewhere where he can be a wide receiver one. I think Fernando Mendoza is a perfect quarterback for him. But
That would be fun in a Kubiak offense as well. That would be electric. I think. I mean, and it's another diva wide receiver as well. So I think you get a guy like him
Hubbard's
after getting Antonio Brown. I mean, they've
dude.
Hubbard just burnt the whole team. That's awesome.
I can't believe Hubbard cooked like that.
All right, Hubbard. I think he's someone I'm excited for next year in fantasy. I think that he'll.
I'm not.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair.
I hope that Jonathan Brooks takes the job.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be really cool. I've heard
I just don't know
rumbles.
if two ACL tears might be too many.
That is a lot. That is a lot. Um, but yeah, I think CD is. I would think I would lean CD too. So, if you had told me you had George Pickens here over CD, I think I would take CD next here with the.
I better
Am
say
I the
I would pick
Bills?
them back to back.
Am I the Bills?
You are the Bills.
Um, I think I'm gonna go against everything I just said about taking him back to back, and I'm gonna go with an old teammate of his in Micah Parsons. Um, I feel like he's very slept on right now. The big trade that
Yes.
happened, the greatest trade of all time, at least if you're a Packers fan, um, you're very happy about having him on your team, and that addition immediately makes that team a contender. But him getting injured definitely hurt his image as a premier pass rusher. There was a bunch of slander about how he's just a outside linebacker. He's like uh, he can't do anything like he used to, or like the scheme is different, or whatever. I still think he is a top three edge. I think arguably you could have Aiden Hutchinson over him, maybe especially just after last season and him getting injured, just not playing. But I think when Micah Parsons is healthy, he is one of the best edge rushers in the league. And
He
then that
dropped that.
that's Cedric Tillman, man.
Oh gosh.
I think I'd go Micah. I don't know how you feel about him. If he's
I
still a top
don't
three
mind
edge
that at
for
all.
you,
I definitely think he's one of the premier edge rushers. I
go
mean,
ETN. Oh,
my number two,
I ain't
like I
trying.
said earlier, I personally is Will Anderson Jr.
Yeah,
Micah Parsons, Hutchinson are right there, probably fighting for number three.
two injury prone edge
Max
rushers.
Crosby as well.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he'll be a Seahawk by the end of the year. By the end of this offseason.
That would be wild.
Hurdle. Oh my goodness.
Dude.
Let's go.
All
That's
right.
two. You've got the
What
Texans
who's
here to
the
end.
Texans?
Yep, to end off
We
the first
CJ
round.
Stroud has not been picked, has he? Did you pick him?
CJ Stroud has not been picked. Neither has Bryce Young. Neither
That's
has Baker Mayfield.
okay. I did tease it earlier. I think that this is a great spot for CJ Stroud. Just go back to the same uniform. He looks good in it, and I think that this is a good spot for him. I do personally have him over Bryce Young. I
I think that's
believe
fair.
in what he can do with an offensive line. I know there's multiple of these quarterbacks where you can't just say like if he has a good offensive line, yeah, because if every quarterback had a good offensive line, then they play a lot better. Um,
Yeah, of
I do think
course.
that CJ Stroud is dependent on that, but when he had a good offensive line, he was. I mean, after that rookie season, how many people would have told you, yeah, he's gonna look kind of dookie for the next 2 years? Like
I mean, I
you
definitely thought
you
there'd
just
be
wouldn't
some
have imagined that.
regression. I thought there'd be regression.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
hard
think
to do
it'd
it
be a.
again. Like we've seen
Yeah,
Justin Herbert
yeah.
regress a little bit from his rookie season,
I mean,
but
yeah, he had.
Justin Herbert doesn't look like Stroud. You know what I'm saying? So I I don't think that the Stroud we've seen the last 2 years is a direct product of him. I think that we know what CJ Stroud is capable of. We've already seen it. Um, give him that offensive line back. I just actually heard a stat this morning as well. I know when we talked about, I think it was our last episode that we done. We talked a little bit about Stroud again. Um, with Tank Dell on the field, CJ Stroud's yards per attempt or yards, yeah, yards per attempt increases by almost 2 yards. Like
Dang.
something about him having Tank Dell on the field just makes it different. I think you know, with a receiver that he likes, with a guy that he gets along with, I think that he's a really great quarterback. Maybe I'm putting too much circumstance around him, like he needs these certain things. Um, but yeah, I think that I would take him over Bryce at this point.
I think that's fair. I think I'm just still in the honeymoon
And I
phase
don't
of.
think that Bryce is a bad quarterback. I'm trying to think of like what I would compare Bryce Young to. I think that Bryce Young is a lot like Jalen Hurts without the clutch aspect,
Jalen
without the
Hurts,
same level of the
really?
clutch
I
aspect.
don't think I don't think Bryce
Yeah,
has near the rushing
as far as
upside.
like no, I let me. maybe I should clarify a little bit. I think that he's like Jalen Hurts in the way like his team loves him. He's a great team player. He
Mm,
is good enough to pass. He's efficient passer, but it just never like he's not getting over that hump to be an elite passer.
yeah, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I can agree with that. I don't know. I just there's still a part of me that believes in Bryce Young. I don't know why. Um,
I don't fault you for believing in Bryce Young. I think there's something to believe in. Every once in a while, he shows flashes of things that look incredible.
and
Just you just wonder
they almost beat the Rams, man. Like
in the playoffs.
if
Yes.
he didn't score, like if they genuinely had just scored like a minute later, they would have won the game. I think there just wouldn't have been enough time. But they
Hmm.
scored just a little too early, and the Rams ended up taking it. So I mean, I think I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like if you had given Bryce Young CJ Stroud's team this past season, if he was in the if they had literally swapped places, I think Bryce Young would have been in the Super Bowl.
I don't know about that one.
Really? Like the Texans kind of
I don't know.
through the whole playoffs, man. Like CJ Stroud is the reason they didn't go to the Super Bowl. Everyone else on that
I
team,
can agree. I can agree with that.
like
He crapped the bed in that last game.
I don't know though. Maybe I mean the Panthers have a way better offensive line than the Texans. That might just be.
Yes,
I don't know.
but you could. I think there's a good argument to say that like Bryce Young is better at making plays whenever things break down, and with a bad offensive line, he might get a little bit more done. There could be an argument for that. C.J. Stroud needs that clean pocket, and Bryce Young, we see him, get out of the pocket a little bit more often than we see Stroud do things like that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we can since we've still got about a quarter and a half left, we can start a second round if you want, just from the top.
I like it because I think that it builds a little bit more character to
I
the
agree.
teams.
I
We could
agree.
justify some of our prior picks.
Yeah. Okay. Well, with the Broncos then, since I've already taken Patrick Mahomes, I'm gonna. I wish there was still an elite tackle here that I could just take. Or I mean, Tooney's here, Creed Humphrey is here. Um, but I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go RB. I'm gonna take Bijan Robinson.
Ooh,
I'm gonna go
ooh!
Bijan
I
Robinson.
was wondering when the running backs were going to come off because I think
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bijan here. I have them higher in my list, but the way we ended up going, and I ended up changing my mind a little bit later with positional value. I'm gonna take Bijan here.
mhm.
So I've got Bijan
Yeah,
and Patrick on the same team.
I think after watching Ashton Genty run into the butt end of his offensive line all year last year, it
Yeah,
kind of solidified my belief that you just can't like a running back is the last piece.
yeah, 100%,
Um,
one
but
hundred percent.
I think that a guy like Bijan though catching those short passes from that was the wrong route. Thank you very much, Isaiah Bond.
Hurdle. Oh,
He was supposed to be running a comeback right there, but that's okay. Um, yeah, just the pass catching that he brings, kind of. I think him and Jameer Gibbs are like
1A, one
a
B.
running back is the last piece of your team
I
unless
agree.
it's Bijan Robinson or Jameer Gibbs.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like those two are the guys that I would take over. Like arguably some wide receivers, arguably some linemen, some DBs.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take him there.
I like it. We're at the Eagles, and their first pick or the second pick in the first round was Josh Allen. I think I'm gonna go with a wide receiver here. I think I'm gonna go George Pickens.
Okay.
Bring it back
Yeah.
to George Pickens a little bit. We've already talked about what he's able to do. He does have that diva mentality just a little bit. But there's no denying the athleticism and the playmaking ability of what he's able to do. Something that Josh Allen has lacked his entire career. And I mean, would love to have a guy like George Pickens catching the
Yeah.
football for him.
Yeah. He can just go up and get anything, man. He's electric. I really hope the Cowboys can keep him because they ball out. Him and CD on the same team is unfair. At least if you're a defense.
Yes,
So with the Cardinals going number 3 and having Lamar Jackson, I'm gonna take Gibbs. I'm gonna take Gibbs. I feel like
he was
um,
my next.
that dude, a Lamar and Gibbs read option
Jameer
would
Gibbs.
be ridiculous.
Oh,
That would be ridiculous. That would be so unfair.
what do you do as a defense there? I mean,
You send the house and hopefully
pray,
somebody gets there. Like that's what I would do, at least.
and that's
So yeah, Lamar
That's
and Gibbs would be electric. I feel like that'd be really fun to watch.
yeah. Let's see. We have who's up next? The Bears, Drake May.
Yep.
Who are we pairing up with Drake May? I feel like I want to go wide receiver here again. I don't know if this might be considered reaching, but I want a guy that he can throw downfield to. Obviously, that's his strength. Compliment him a little bit. I think I might go Drake London here. Just
Drake
sign the
London,
extension.
yes, yes, I
One of my
like that a
personal
lot.
favorite wide receivers in the NFL. Big, long, athletic. I think perfect pairing with
Yep,
Drake May.
yep,
Just a guy that he can rely on down the field. We saw that like a wide receiver that can get to green is someone that Drake May really likes and was really able to connect with Stephon Diggs with that unique ability last year.
oh
Stephon
yeah.
Diggs, whenever things breaks down, he always can find a way to find a pocket in the defense, and I think Drake London does that super well. Um, as well as the vertical threat ability. I mean, I think he complements Drake May super well there.
Hurdle. Oh my. Eventually, it's gonna happen, right? And that's six.
I'm gonna get tackled by
That's
an offensive
six.
lineman.
Oh, let's go. All right. Well, at number five with the Niners, I have Justin Herbert here, and I'm gonna pair him up with another wide receiver as well, and I'm gonna go with Malik Neighbors. I feel like Malik is. I think he could arguably be a top 10 guy if he has a full healthy season. His rookie season was phenomenal, and I feel like obviously I don't think this year he'll be very good, but in the coming seasons when he is healthy,
Right back to you.
thank you, I appreciate you. Hurdle, just kidding. Um, I feel like and this season his stock is very low because of the injury, and we're all not very
Hmm.
sure of how severe it is, even though we know it's very severe. It could be even worse. Um, but I
Yeah,
would
he's
still,
had a follow-up surgery, and I
yeah,
know the videos of him at the softball game don't look good.
yep. So I'm still taking him, just because after this season, when he's fully healthy, then we're
Mm.
sitting pretty. So Herbert and
Yeah.
Malik, I think, would be a fun duo.
All right. I think Caleb's up next with the Seahawks.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna go offensive lineman here. I want someone to
Okay.
protect Caleb, make him feel nice and safe and fuzzy inside. I think I'm gonna go with Creed Humphrey.
I like that. That's
I
probably the first lineman I would have taken.
someone safe, reliable. Miles Garrett fell over. Let's go. Um,
Oh,
yeah, I think that Caleb Williams behind an elite offensive line having to do less heroic stuff and
yeah,
just focusing on that arm and the accuracy is gonna be elite.
yeah, I agree. That would be, and I would love to see that in the Seahawks. Hey, that's the strength that we've started to get once again is our offensive line. Our offensive line is finally becoming a strength. I saw somebody have us in like the top 15, or no, it's like top 12 offensive line list. I was like, wow, the Seahawks are finally back, man. We're getting respect. Uh, but this is the Ravens, right? And I have Joe Burrow here.
Hmm.
Do I follow the trend of what they did and go wide receiver over how they did it in real life, Jamar and Joe? Do I go Hurdle? Oh my goodness! I just
What,
took
the
out four
360?
people. I just took out four people in one hurdle. I'm gonna take Tooney. I'm gonna go Joe Tooney here. Shore up
That
the
was
line.
another lineman I thought about.
So I'm gonna go the alternate universe reality where he actually gets
Hmm.
protection early in his career, but this is as they are now. Hurdle.
Hmm. Body slammed.
Dang it.
Um, Up next is the
Chiefs.
Chiefs
Yep.
with Bo Nix. Um, Man, this one's kind of hard. I think I want to stick to the offense here. Um, but I don't want to go wide receiver. I think I want to go. Man, this one might sound crazy coming out of my mouth. I think I want to go James Cook here.
Oh, I like that.
I
I like that.
a running back who's not too old yet, but another one
Maybe
of
a
these
little
guys that
early.
can participate. He
Yeah.
can participate in the pass game a little bit. Led the NFL in rushing yards last year.
He's good.
I like that rushing ability with Bo Nix.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That would be really fun. Once again, that read option. It's like a Lamar and Gibbs
That's
light
exactly what I was
version.
thinking. You have
So
to
that'd
deal
be
with
really
with
fun.
both.
Oh yeah, that'd be really fun. Um, And then I've got Jaden Daniels staying on the Commanders. Another read option guy would be pretty fun. I don't know. I'll go Devon Achan. I'll go Achan here. I feel like
Ooh,
that would be
that's
really
a good
fun.
one.
We saw how you can be used
I
on like
I might have went HN with the previous pick, but he's the style of running back that I just don't like. Like that
super
Bucky
small.
Irving, Devon HN that are super
Yeah,
small.
yeah,
Yeah, I just they kind of scare me a little bit.
yeah. That's a fair concern, but I feel like Devon is the one that's proven.
The talent though is
Yeah, and I mean we've seen what he can do in an offense that caters to him. So I'm taking him here, and I feel like that'd be really fun. Him and Jaden. Once again, that read option, two dangerous players in the backfield, very scary. So yeah, who you
up
got at 10?
next
Right, 10.
with the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe this is number 10. Dude, what Shadur? It's a 3-yard pass. He
Go
threw it
away
over
from
his
there.
head. Um, I can't remember my first pick.
This was this Trevor? I think this was Trevor.
This was Trevor. Yes, you are correct. Um,
You can go a lot of different ways here.
this is a hard
A
one.
lot of
Yeah,
the
but
a
I
lot
say
of the
this is
top RB talent's gone too. So, well, you still
yeah,
got
it's
Jonathan Taylor. I mean, if you still
but it said
believe in
Jonathan
Christian
Taylor's
McCaffrey,
there. If
Derrick Henry is always consistent.
McCaffrey, McCaffrey is they're so old.
They are
they're
very old.
they're old.
You got maybe 4 years max with both of them that are productive
Maybe
at
two with
least.
McCaffrey. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean McCaffrey could break every bone in his body and at any moment.
Yep.
Man, we're at a we're at a spot where things could start getting just like super hairy. Um, I think whenever you're in doubt, just go to the trenches. I think I'm gonna
Right.
get to the trenches.
That's the way.
Actually, you know what? A name just popped into my head. I'm gonna change it up completely. We're not going with the trenches.
Ooh.
I think I'm gonna go with Caleb Downs here. The rookie. We haven't
Ooh.
seen him in the NFL yet, but I do
Dang.
believe he comes into the NFL
I love
as
that.
the top two safety.
I love
I
that.
mean,
I love that so much. Oh my
oh,
goodness. He got me back.
I think I missed him, but I love Caleb Downs here. He was the other safety that I was talking about that I considered in the first round. Um, I just loved some of those wide receivers towards the end of that round a lot better.
Yeah.
But I mean, we know that he's coming into the NFL as one of the smartest
He's gonna
safeties
be
in the
so good.
NFL.
He's gonna be so good.
I like it a
He's
lot. I think that dude, Shadur,
special
please,
mentality.
bro. Um, I think I'm gonna go Caleb Downs here. I like that.
I like that a lot. I think there'll be a couple people who might say that's a little early, but um he's I agree, man. He's gonna
The
be so
captain
good.
heartbeat of your defense. I
He's gonna
mean,
be so
you
good,
have
man. There's like 3 episodes
across.
of us just glazing him. I love Caleb Downs. I love it. I
He's
can't
he's
wait to see him play.
he's got to be probably my favorite prospect from the draft last
I
year.
can't wait. I cannot believe the Cowboys actually got him that late too. You say late and it's the 12th pick, but he should have been a top five pick.
Yes, absolutely.
Um,
I don't care about at this point position. You have to throw positional value out the window with a guy
yeah,
like that.
yeah, he's electric. He will be everywhere. He can play anywhere on your defense, genuinely.
Hmm.
Um, and now we've got the Bucks. Do you remember or was it Patriot? Yeah, Bucks. Who did I go
Yes,
here?
Bucks up next.
I think I went Dak. I think I went Dak here.
You did go Dak here. Yep, and then the
Um,
rookie quarterback started.
I'm gonna go with I think the second best cornerback in the league in Gonzalez. I'm gonna go Gonzo here.
I love
Um,
Gonzo,
I'm
dude.
gonna go Gonzo. I think that would be.
Watching him play cornerback is like watching art.
It genuinely
Literally,
is. It's ridiculous how good he is. And if the Patriots had somehow won the Super Bowl, somehow,
it would have been off the
it would
back
have been
of
off of
him.
him. It
Those
would have
two
been off of
plays
him.
against JSN were
Yep.
just,
Yep.
or one was against Shaheed, and then one against JSN on
Yep.
the goal line. I mean,
It would have been him.
yeah, for
I,
sure.
I think that this most recent Super Bowl has vaulted him. If he wasn't already consensus top three, he is
He
a
has
hundred
to be
percent.
number two.
He has to be number two now. Has to be.
I mean, who would you put over? Obviously, you can't put him over Sertain, but who could you put over Gonzo? I mean,
I've
the
heard the
argument might
arguments
be there
of
for Stingley.
Devon. I mean Stingley, Devon, maybe Devon. I don't know. That's probably the Seahawks bias coming out. Um, Stingley, maybe Quinion Mitchell, maybe. But I don't think any of them are in like that realm of Gonzo.
Mm-mm. I think there's a tier break there.
I agree. I think it's Sertain and Gonzo, and then every other DB in the league.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
so that was 11. So you're
We
on
are
to
down
12.
to
The Giants.
the Giants.
Jordan Love.
Um, yep. Want a good wide receiver here. Want a good wide receiver that he can throw to, lean into that arm talent. Um, dude, we're just getting pummeled on the
Derek Brown.
offensive line.
Derek Brown's a beast.
Um, I think I'm gonna go Chris Olave here. We finally
Wow,
saw
Olave.
what
Okay,
Chris Olave could be. I think that Olave, Wilson, and London are all like, for me, they're in
right
a
there.
group
Yeah,
with London at the top, and then Olave and Wilson are interchangeable in my opinion.
yeah.
Um, I know I talked about the concussions with Jackson Dart, and obviously Chris Olave is no stranger to concussions, but we finally saw what Chris Olave is like really capable of with a quarterback that he really connects with. And so I think that that connection between Jordan Love and him could work, and that that could be a good pairing there.
That'd be really fun. I think that'd be really fun. And now we've got. Oh, get there. Oh, big man Tutty. Come on. Um, I have the Steelers, and I went Cam Ward. Correct? I think that's who I went.
hmm
I will pair him up. Oh, this is tough. I want a guy that can be with him and develop with him for a long time. So it's not gonna be him or him. Oh, I want a wide receiver. I think. I think I want a wide receiver. Oh, I ran the ball. I thought this was a play action. Okay,
Almost took it to the
almost
house.
worked. Almost worked. I'm actually. I'm gonna go Devon Witherspoon. I feel like he's up there in the DB terms of elite talent. I'm gonna go DB here. I'm gonna go Devon Witherspoon.
Not a bad pick. Um, did I go with
I think
was
you went
Shuck
Shuck.
here?
I think you no. You went somebody else here. You went Jalen Hurts,
Okay, Hurts
right?
and then Shuck was my
I
next one.
believe.
Yeah,
I
you
believe.
are correct.
Yeah.
Um,
Whoa, the
dude,
one hand catch.
what the
I've
heck?
never seen that animation. That was sick.
That
Just
like
a
stuck to
running
his
one hand.
palm.
That was sick. What the heck?
Holy fetch.
That was awesome.
Maybe I should pick Ted right here. I'm
Maybe
just kidding.
maybe that's a sign.
Um, let's see. Pairing up with Jalen Hurts. You know what? I
You
kind
could
of
go
think that this
Saquon.
combo right here, I'm about to say, I thought Saquon, but I think I like Derrick Henry a little bit better here.
Wow, really?
I
Even with the age.
I I even with the age, I just
I mean,
think that
Amon Ross
like,
still on the board.
oh dude, Amon Ra is also still on the board. You know what? I might have to swap from Henry to Amon Ra. I Yeah,
No,
I'm gonna swap to Amon Ra.
are you sure
Ted's
not
burning
Ted?
me.
Are you sure not Ted?
I think I'm gonna
Yeah,
go with Amon Ra here.
Amon
The
Ross
most
still on the board.
reliable, one of the most reliable wide receivers in the NFL. Definitely, if you play fantasy, you know.
Oh yeah,
Um,
year in year
he's
out.
like, yeah, he's like your safest guy you can bet on always being
Automatic
productive.
18 every week. He's getting you 18
Yep,
every week.
yep. So yeah, I think I will go with Amon Ra here.
Talk about just like consistent, like quarterback wide receiver pairing. Like that
Yep.
would be like
Dude,
just a
Ted is
model of
eating me
consistency.
alive.
Ted's having a game, bro. That one-handed catch turned him on, bro. He's going crazy. Ted's having a game. Who did I go here? Was this Dart? I think I went Dart, right? Dart to
Yeah,
the
it's Dart
Saints.
here, and then Shuck is next.
Um, well, I'm definitely gonna go offensive lineman. I just don't know who to go. I'm gonna go Tyler Linderbaum. I'm gonna go Linderbaum here. Or no. Ah, yes, no. I'm gonna go Linderbaum because he kind of matches the age. I was thinking about Garrett Bowles from the Broncos as a tackle, because he just had an insane, like he's had a
We
really
still
good
have
past
another
two
tackle on the
seasons.
board that I like a lot too.
Who do you like? I'm gonna take
Slater.
Linderbaum. I'm gonna lock in
Okay.
Linderbaum. Yeah, I like Slater too. So I like that. I think, but
Get
not
out
Bo.
and go.
Dart and Linderbaum.
Um, Here with Tyler Shuck. I don't think that I could do that actually. I might have a city burnt to the ground if I were to say
Oh
that.
goodness.
Um, yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with Rashawn Slater here and build up the
Yeah,
offensive line.
I like that. Who were you thinking about saying?
I only thought it because he's on
Mossed him,
Jerry Jeudy.
mossed him. His one catch of the season. That was it
Um,
right there.
I only thought about it because he is playing with Tyler Shuck right now. With Kelvin Banks Jr. He's a rookie
Oh
offensive
yeah,
tackle.
yeah.
He had a super solid season, but I think there's a couple of guys that have already been here for a year or two, that you could still pick over him. I was just thinking about bringing them together. Maybe it would be cool, but I think Rashawn Slater's a better pick there.
Yeah, I toyed with that. And then this is where Miles Garrett went, right? I think this was Miles Garrett to the or
Yep,
no,
Miles Garrett
yeah, Miles
came
Garrett to the
off right here, I
Packers.
think.
Was it the Packers? I think that's
Yeah, because
yeah.
the rookies kind of separated the quarterbacks from the defensive players.
Well, if that's the case, then now I will take Bryce Young. I will get a guy that 3 years in the league now, um, and an elite defensive edge. Hurdle. Oh my
Dude,
goodness. Oh my
whoever
goodness.
I was just using, Chroma is probably the slowest Madden player I've ever used in my life. That looked like an absolute ostrich run.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Bryce Young.
Okay. Yeah, with the Falcons, we don't have a quarterback yet, so I don't think that we can go past the second round without our quarterback. There's a couple of veteran options here. You just don't know how much time you'll get out of them, and so that makes it kind of difficult. Um, Sam Darnold is whispering in my ear.
That's what I was thinking of here. If I'm the
Sam
Falcons or the was
Sam
it
Darnold's
Chargers?
whispering in my ear. Yeah, it's the Falcons. I'm gonna go with Sam
What?
Darnold.
No, no,
I think that
no. It's the Chargers, right?
yes,
Yeah.
you are correct. My bad. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Sam Darnold.
Okay. Okay.
I just you want a solid quarterback. I don't think you can get out of the second round in a redraft without picking a quarterback before the rest of these quality starters start going. I mean, after Sam Darnold, it starts to get a little muddy. There might be one or two more guys. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get our quarterback locked in, especially after seeing him finally come into his own this year. He looks a lot more similar to what he was drafted to be than we saw when he was a rookie and through
Yeah.
his first couple of teams. So yeah, I like Sam Darnold here. I'm a
Okay.
believer that the old Sam Darnold is gone.
I agree. I think the ghosts have been dealt with. And then that leaves me here with Panay Sewell. Is that who I went with
Hmm.
to the Panthers? Or no, he stayed with Detroit. Who did the Panthers go with? Did I go? No, Will Anderson went somewhere. Will Anderson went somewhere. Cole, we messed up. Will
Oh,
Anderson went after
Will
Miles Garrett,
Anderson. Yes, he did. Yep,
so
we
that would
mixed
be
one.
the Chargers went with
So either
him.
way, they get their quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. So then that means we're on the Lions now.
Hmm.
Okay, then this is Panay, and then I guess I will
Yes.
go with. I don't know how I feel about this because I don't really believe in him, and I don't know how much longer he has in the league. You know
Uh.
what? He's been sitting here long enough. I'm gonna go Matt Stafford. I'm gonna go Matt Stafford.
Oh,
I'm gonna go Matt
that's
Stafford.
not who I thought you were about to say.
I was gonna say Baker. I was gonna say it. Who did you think I
I
was
wasn't
gonna
thinking
say?
that one either. I thought you were thinking about Kyler.
Oh frick no. No. You
I
kidding me?
that was who I
Heck
thought you
no.
were thinking of.
No, no, no.
Wait, what
No, no,
about
no.
Philip Rivers though? He just came out of retirement.
Oh yeah, true. I should have thought about that. Oh shoot. Well, he's there for you now. You can take him. Oh well, that stinks.
Um, After the Lions is the Jets.
And this will be the
Who?
last pick of the draft.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Jared Goff here.
Oh wow. Okay.
Um,
Tie him up with Joe
yeah,
Alt.
get him some protection. We know that
Oh,
Jared Goff is a quarterback. He's a good quarterback, but he's another one of those like he plays better in a dome and he needs certain protection from his
yeah.
offensive line.
He needs
Um,
everything
so I
perfect.
think pairing him up with Joe Alt is a good pick here, and he goes right behind Matthew Stafford, and they were traded for each other, so it makes
Oh, I
sense.
like that. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, I like that. But that will be all from us here. I think next week we plan to do the all college football draft if you want, Cole.
Mm. Yeah, we'll
Um,
probably do that. We keep saying it, and then we think of something super dope as soon as we
something
end
better.
recording.
Yeah, yeah. So this was we did a little bit more than a first round. So it's like made it a little bit past halfway through the second round. Um, yeah, I think this was a pretty interesting idea, and obviously I got this from Stay Hot. We're just doing our version of it with our own thoughts. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. Let us know what you want us to talk about, and we will see you guys in the next episode.